This video is for further explanation according to my previous video I just posted about how to reduce odor in your poultry farm. I show you some things that you need to know. In this your poultry farm, odor can add to disease in your poultry farm. So to limit all these things, to limit this odor or totally stop it, is by trying to provide the solution to it. If you have been watching my video, I made a statement that when something happens, the best is solution. You look for solution. When something happens in your poultry farm, you start looking for solution, how to avoid it or limit it. Now, that odor, if you are using block, that block does not have space under. Block they use to mold house. It doesn't really have space that the chicken will enter. And if you say you want to use 9 inches that has hole, it will be too tall. I've made use of it before also. It will be too tall for the chicken to drink water properly. So they need something below their chest when they are already 3 weeks. So that 9 inches block will be too big. And if you use that 6 inches block, there is no space under. So any water that drop on top the block to the down where they are drinking water, it will be soaking that sawdust, especially when the water is not balanced. When the drink has bent to one side. If the drink has bent to one side, if the chicken put mouth there small, as it's drinking the water, some will be pouring the ground. So the water that is dropping in that area, in that block, it will be soaking the sawdust. And they also shit in that place. They also poop in that place. So as it's soaking the sawdust and their poop is there, it will be generating gas that also come with odor. If you observe that place very well, you try to check very well, and you open the sawdust around that place, you will find out some worms. You may see worms that are building up. If you enter during this time, you will not be able to stay long because the odor that is coming from there is no good. Not to talk of chicken that are staying inside there. And there is gas. If you carry your nose close to that area, there is a gas that if you enter your lungs, you will feel it. So when a chicken stay there too long during heat season, during afternoon, they would like to gather for where water dey. So when they sleep too much and you didn't move them, that gas that affect them. That is when you find out that some chicken or timely death, unexpected mortality. That's unexpected mortality. You just happen on your poultry. So the best way to limit all these things is to find iron that your drinkers can sit on top. That iron will have space. So when water drop, as they are sleeping around that iron, the heat the broiler is generating is also adding to the dryness. Let me say it's drying the water. When there is heat now, anywhere you pour water small, just now, it will dry up. But if there is block and they are unable to enter under very well, the water around that block will not be able to dry. You can also make use of wood, but that wood you want to make, it should be a cycle. But I would recommend wood. I would recommend wood like the one on my previous video. It is because the iron didn't complete the water I want to give them. That's why I make use of that wood. But mostly it's iron. It's more preferable. And automatic drinkers, automatic drinkers is like a pipe, so it doesn't stay on ground, so they can just walk around under the pipe. Charcoal also can reduce smell and odor in your poultry farm. They use charcoal to mix feed. You can also use charcoal to mix their sawdust. You reduce, but that will not stop the odor if you are making use of block. Except you have to be packing the sawdust around that block every day, and no, it's stressful. Now let's just say you have about 1,000 bags now that you have to give drinkers. You have 1,000 bags or 2,000 bags that you have to drinkers up to maybe 50 drinkers. So how are you going to be packing all the sawdust? Everything we are trying to make the work easy. As You are trying to make the work easy for yourself so that it not be too stressful. So you have to find a way to limit all these things. It will be stressful to be packaged sawdust. So larvicide, like I said, I mentioned larvicide. That larvicide, I've made use of it before. It really work fine. So you use it to mix their feed. Yes, you use it to mix their feed. There is a there is a measurement, so you consult your veterinary doctor on how you're going to use it to mix your feed. And that's to also reduce smell, but that will not also stop the area where there is block. It will not stop the area where there is block. Also, there are other things you can also make use of, sha. There are other things you can also make use of that you can use to be mixing the sawdust. There's, but I don't know the name of the what is it called? I don't know the name of the medicine that you can use it to mix the sawdust. So the perfect way is still that iron. It's still that iron. So what I'm telling you is from experience. I've experienced it, and I see that the smell is no good after putting sawdust in your poultry pen. You know, sometimes now in this our area now we buy the sawdust, we buy it. So after you buy sawdust and you are now packing, because the area is weak, you're not packing sawdust every day, wasted because it has not yet been soaked with shit. The shit doesn't really cause the smell. It is the water. When water is dropping that shit, that is when the thing will start it will start to ferment in that place. It will be fermenting. It will be fermenting. It's still like when water, if you want to check something, if you remove some sawdust that the chicken have poop on, that is now mixed with feces or shit, remove them, dry them first. When you dry them first, then you put them in sack. When you put them in sack, you put water. Put them in a place that maybe soil will not dry it back. You will see the smell that will be coming out. So that same way it happens in your poultry farm. I believe with this few pot of mine, you understand what I'm trying to say. It's just for you to learn on how to limit it. It's how to limit it. And when you are putting down your drinkers in that iron, try for it to balance well, because if it is not balanced, it can be dropping much water that they will not be able to dry on the poultry. Thank you.